Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 6
Episode 6.
of Sorry We're Stoned. Look at that nug.
You guys are probably like, whoa, why are these guys wearing the same clothes? It's because
Oh.
we're shooting 2 episodes today.
2 episodes in one day.
Because I got to go to a trade show.
You know, it's kind of like I smoke 2 joints in the morning and I
Right.
smoke 2 joints at night. But now today we shoot 2 episodes of the
Yeah.
podcast.
So I won't be here 1 week, so
Right.
we're shooting 2 episodes this week. So
Because he's going
Here
to
we
the
are.
trade show.
Exactly. I'm
Oh,
so
man,
excited to be going to the trade
I'm
show.
so jealous of going to the trade show. I want
Man.
to go sometime, but I know we'll
Definitely.
get there. We're gonna
Definitely take you one
So,
day.
man, dang, be safe out there though too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just cause things is open don't mean that the shit's gone away. You know what
I'm a
I'm
little
saying?
nervous. I
already
ain't
know.
dumb. I'll be wearing that
I know
mask.
you will. My
Going
man.
to Florida. Florida. That's like the spot.
Right,
like,
right. Right. And we got an announcement that we're making here too right now. We got an
Right.
announcement, so we're gonna be doing a little giveaway, right, bud?
Yeah, we're going
Yeah,
to be
we
giving
do
something
this-
away.
Something away.
Something.
We just don't know what. So
It's somewhere around
if
here.
you like, subscribe, and share, and then leave in the comments what you think we're giving away.
Yeah.
It's in this segment. It could be on the table. It could be on this table. It can be on the floor. Who knows?
Somewhere.
Just leave in the comments what you think it is, and
And then you can win something cool.
yeah, you can win something really cool.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So
it's exciting.
since you're going to the trade show, like, what has been like your favorite trade show that you've experienced or gone to that you would have like just the time where you're like, oh my god, this is where it's at. I'm like hooked. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's gotta be my first trade show
Okay.
that I ever went to. Like, it was Las Vegas. And
Las
it's a
Vegas.
hotel
Hot as
that's
hell.
no longer there, the Riviera. And
Hot
yeah,
as hell.
it was hot as hell. It was in
Hot as
August.
hell. Mm.
I stayed at a Motel 6 down the road on the corner where Pop got shot.
One thing I can say about Motel 6 in Vegas, they got some damn good air conditioning,
Yeah.
though. I can tell you that for sure.
On the corner of Flamingo and Koval where Pop got shot.
Oh,
sad,
man.
sad, sad.
Motherfuckers.
And, yeah, I was going down there because, see, I was trying to make the transition from hustling into something else because I had a couple baby boys. I had to take care of them. I didn't know what to do. So I went down there to try to get a job. Like, one day my supplier, she called me up. This is kind of great because I was talking to her. It was time to order. And she's like, are you going to the trade show? And I'm like, trade show? What's a trade show?
Right.
And she's like, oh, well, I'll be down in Vegas and we'll have all kinds of great products and stuff. And I was trying to actually get so I could sell their products to other stores. I was like, I'm selling so many, why not, get a better price and actually sell them to other stores? I was selling some on eBay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, all right. She said, well, you know what? You come down, I'll get you passes and you can go. Okay, I'm not gonna say who it is because you're not supposed to do that. I know now, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
So she gives me passes, right? So I go to this trade show. I'm this young kid, wide eyed, don't know what I'm expecting. I show up in a full business suit because I'm trying to get a job. They give me my pass, and I go to meet the owner of the company, and I was a little discouraged because when I went to meet him, I was expecting to meet him, shake his hand. He'd seen my numbers, and I was expecting, to get a job. I needed a job. And I couldn't get a job to save my life. I just trying to get a dishwasher job, and I couldn't get it. Serious.
Let me wash your dishes.
I got the record. They weren't doing it, And so he was just, kind of brushed me off real quick, and he's like, want to help some customers. And I'm like, okay, well, that kind of sucks. And I'm standing around waiting for him to help the customers, and I don't know what to do, and I'm real awkward feeling, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go around and start checking this place out. And so I start walking around. Now, the funny thing is I had a badge, but I didn't have a badge that said I was some young, dumb, wide-eyed kid that didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I had a badge that said I was working with a leader in the industry as a supplier. They gave me the badge that said I was an exhibitor there at the show. And so I'm walking around and I'm meeting these guys and they're all introducing themselves, and then you'd read my badge and they'd be like, oh yeah, you work with, yeah, man, we love those hookahs, and or they would tell me, oh, we hope those pipes we sold you guys are selling well,
Right.
and so I started to hear all the insides and outs of the business, and I would. I have a little expertise in that area, so I'd kind of be like, yeah, man, they're doing great. Tell me a little bit more about what we're doing.
Right.
And so these guys are all sharing this. And I'm starting to understand and realizing it's like starting to turn in my head. And I start to think about it, and I walk back to the booth, and that's when I had my realization moment. And I get back to the booth, and I look at the guy, and I'm like, he already works for me. Because look at him running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to get all these people doing whatever he can, trying to work on the price. He already works for me. I'm his consumer. I buy his product.
Right.
And I sell his product for profit. I don't need a job. I don't permission from him to work for him to do it. I could do it on my own. And that's exactly what I did. I started selling scales. Next thing I know, I started adding pipes and various other products.
So now
before you know it, I'm buying the store out.
So at a trade show is basically, it's kind of like a world trade show of pipes and paraphernalia, and kind of like going to a hemp fest in Moscow, but on a much bigger level.
It's a little bit different because I've done hemp fest and stuff, and those are great because they're very consumer driven.
I understand.
You go to a hemp fest, it's fun. You're going to see festivals. You're going to see people dressed up crazy, howling at the moon. Everybody's there to have a good time.
I understand.
Trade shows is the same thing. Everybody's there to have a good time, but everybody is there to make money.
Bargaining and making money.
It is it is definitely like, everybody's in business. You got people from all over the world.
Right.
And all walks of life.
So then you can get like Stan Lee, let's just say Stan Lee from over here has a pipe shop in like Tokyo or something.
Yeah.
And he can come to the trade show and be like, hey, I like these graphic bongs, so let me get like 40 of those, and then you can go to another booth and be like, oh, well, these trays are pretty cool, so that's okay.
And you have all these companies and distributors, and that's what I met. I met Glow Industries there, and they ended up being, years later, I ended up working for those guys. Nice. And, being part of that whole experience.
I think a trade show would be sick, bro, because when I think of a trade show, like, because I've never been, so in my mind I picture it as like a bunch of freaking likewise people like myself, some hippies with long beards and long hair, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, getting rid. Am I right though? Is my picture? Am I imagining something way far fetched, or I don't know.
I got this good friend, a good friend Raja, and he'll be the perfect euphemism to describe this, because when I met Raja, it was at a Tenasket barter fair. We were out there selling products, and we were at the Tenasket barter fair. And we're out there selling and pushing products, and we meet this guy selling these 3D printed cool graphics. You walk past it and it changes.
Oh, okay.
3D graphic. And I'm really impressed by this 3D graphic, and we end up buying some and selling them in our shop and doing this. And when I meet him, he is in a poncho, he's looking dirty, he's looking like... he's like, yeah, man, and he's got that hippie appeal, right?
Right.
Well, I didn't see Raj at the trade show, and it was amazing because he was in the business suit, professional,
he was all looking,
right? And making.
Okay, so basically, the people I'm thinking of are the people that are coming to it.
Yeah.
Not the people that are actually behind the booth.
Oh, it's amazing because you meet so many different people that have been involved in so many areas.
Oh, I would love
this industry brings in so many people.
Right.
I've met people who are CEOs and executives of big major corporations that you're like,
right.
Wait, you're here, but you work for you're the guy that invented the screen on the what?
Gotcha.
And it's mind blowing because you have such a posh of different people and different ideals, and everybody's there to do find the coolest products and make money.
Right. Like in San Francisco, the head shops, when I first started going to head shops, is in the Bay Area, like Berkeley, San Francisco, and those head shops back in those times were a whole different, like kind of like the head shops nowadays, but there's more different vibes. They had like they were really into the black lights back then with them fluorescent posters, so the whole shop was like dark. You know what I'm saying? And everything was like there was like a couple basic bongs you can get graphics, and I can't remember the other company, but there was no really glass ones out at that in that time. You know, in like '86.
God, what's the green? Oh no! No! Oh God! Damn you, Premiere. Damn you, memory. Alright, I guess I can try to cut this. Damn it. Alright, let's give this a shot.
Them old head shops back in
San Francisco on birthday and stuff, you'd walk in and have the black lights and the posters would be like freaking vibrant. It'd be really dark in there.
That's crazy. You have that because you have such a good mix of everybody. You know, one of my favorite times too is like something that always blows your mind at the trade shows is when you meet famous people and you don't even really know it. You know, like I'll never forget one of the first ones was a trade show that was a little bit more relaxed. They actually had it in a hotel and stuff, and you'd have different rooms. And I'll never forget because I got there super late. We drove straight through with the whole crew. We got there super late. They were wanting to do an interview with me, and I was like, you know, I'm super tired, but we had to go to the dab room first, right? So we go to the dab room, and we're all in the dab room, and we're dabbing out. And I'll never forget because I lit up a bowl, and everybody looked at me like I had, you know, the music stopped playing, and it was like, bro, we smoked flower in the flower room.
Like when you're in the dab
flower room.
I get it.
I go to the flower room and I'm sitting in by myself smoking the bowl. And I usually don't mind smoking by myself, but that was like
kind of awkward.
Why am I by myself? But
right. No,
so I get back to the dab room and I'll never forget because I hear the guy introduce himself and he's like, "Yeah, I'm with oh my gosh." We smoked too much. I so forgot it. Nappy Roots, man. Nappy Roots.
I love
Nappy Roots. And I was like, Nappy Roots. And like, it took me a couple of times in my mind to be like, Nappy Roots. Like,
Nappy Roots.
Like, wait, what? Nappy Roots. Hey, I was spinning your music just yesterday.
Hell yeah, right. I love Nappy Roots. I have that stuff at home.
And like, you meet other cool people too. Like, one party we were attending, we're sitting there, and I'm like, this guy seems familiar, but I couldn't really picture it. He's telling all these great stories, like how David Spade smoked weed so good that he thought he was on acid. Like, he thought it was laced with acid. You know, and I realized,
you never know.
Yeah, it was the guy from the Adam Sandler movies who is always playing the football guy, the Jughead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it was him, and it was pretty cool hanging out with him. And it's just so cool because in this one of the things I really notice in the industry is, you know, if that guy showed up to like say, you know, a consumer show like a Hemp Fest or something, like, because I met some cool people at Hemp Fest. You know, they're expecting to get rushed. I mean, I met Dave Grohl at Hemp Fest, and I didn't know who he was. And so he was like, I'm Dave Grohl. I'm like, okay, bro. Like, yeah, cool.
Dave Grohl, all right.
Like, all right. You know, and he's expecting me to be like, oh, my gosh.
Right.
You're the whole leader of the Foo Fighters.
Oh, right.
But at a trade show, it's a different feel because it's such a more of a professional setting.
Right, I got
that it's not like that. They're not getting, you know, tons of people rushing them, and it's pretty chill. Like, you know, like Flavor Flav, he shows up at them, and he's always hanging out front, and he tries to make it kind of like that, though, where it's like, oh, you gotta pay some money, take a picture with me, you know. One time, I think this is
paying me to take a picture with your shoe, bro. Come on, Flav.
One time, like that? The trade shows are different too, because I've done not only smoke shop trade shows. I actually sold women's clothes as well.
Right.
So I started to do the magic trade shows as well, as the ASD trade shows, which is a big merchandise and trade shows that like Kmart and Walmart and everybody buys from. And then they stole their products and make it. Yeah, so I met the lady who made the skateboards. You know, the little skateboards that everybody would play with their fingers. That was just popular. Yeah, I met her. She was a way cool lady. But we would go to those trade shows were a lot more professional. And then I've done trade shows that were like, we were in the coffee business too, so we did coffee trade shows, and that was a whole different area. Because at the trade shows I'm at, we're willing, we're dealing. You know, man, I'll give you. You know, if I buy 100 of them, you give them to me for you know, and at the coffee trade show, I'm like looking at all this information, and you know, we're trying to run this little coffee stand. So like, all these books would be real helpful. There's a couple training videos, so might as well get them. And so I'm like, well, if I buy all 4 of these together, would you give it to me for, you know, it's like 120? Would you give it to me for 80? Guy looks at me. He's like, I've never been asked that before. I was like, well.
Man, we trying to get a deal out here, bro. We gonna buy more than one.
He's like, you know what? I guess I'll do that. I'm like, okay. I gave him $8. And the lady next to him, she's all, I'll take that deal too, sir. I had to check for her. So he dropped 2 cents.
Hell yeah, that's easy money though. Think about it.
Mm-hmm. You know,
to have the power to be able to do that with your own product, you know, because you can always have a bottom end, but you want to start high. So you give yourself room to drop. You know what I'm saying? That's the industry.
That's the industry.
You know.
That's what I learned at my first trade show. It was how you know, I would meet these guys and I would see how the income worked, how the distribution to the wholesale and then eventually over the course of my life, I've worked every facet of it now. I've done, you know, everything from my own stores to wholesale to manufacturing, you know, the whole 9 yards. The Magic Trade Show, that's always was a fun one because that was where you had a world of fashion come
all
to Las
Vegas.
And
it
was crazy.
Right.
Like, the parties at the smoke shop trade shows are fun because you're more interpersonal. Those parties were like extreme. I don't want to use the word classism, but I think like we just use that word.
Right.
Because it definitely was. It was like these parties has different tiers. You know, you are not part of this tier. So you got to stand all night.
You ain't going VIP, bro.
Dude, I have never been pocket checked so much in my life. Like, anybody else would be like, oh man, all these girls grabbing my butt, but they were pocket checking, man. They're pickpockets there.
Oh, for sure.
Working.
Oh yeah, you in Vegas, man. You deep in the jungle there, bro. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Oh yeah.
But my favorite is still by far, you know, the smoke shop industry show that we attend. I love it to death. We're always going.
I would love to go to that.
They're fun to go to.
Show. That'd be cool.
You know, you work so hard those 3 or 4 days because you're there at the show all day.
Oh no.
Then you're out all night, and then you're back at the show again, and you just bust your ass for 3 days. But it's the best 3 days you're all gonna have.
Oh, yeah, because party at night, work all day, party at night, work all day, party at night, work all day.
It's still working at night too. A lot of people discredit it.
Right.
And they try to say, oh, you're just partying at night. It's like, you're not partying at night, you're having drinks with people.
You're communicating, you're building relationships, you're getting that common bond, you're sharing your...
And that's just, there's one core fundamental that needs to go with every single trade show or every single, like, even consumer show, Hemp Fest or any local event you attend.
Right.
It's you know, it's working with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like meeting people. I like to do what I call the bump and greet. You know, you just, oh, hey, sorry about that. My name's Willie T. I'm in sales. This is what I do. What do you do? You know, and you meet all kinds of people.
Oh, yeah.
One time, Wiz Khalifa was at an underground after party. We were down there, and that's where we met. It was Wiz. Who else was there? Funk Master Flex, I think, was there. That was great. And it was this underground, real private event, right? After the show. And we're down there. We're having fun, right?
Right.
And it's a great party. And I'm doing the bump and greets. And I bump and greet this one guy. And I start talking to him. I'm like, so what do you do? He's like, I'm a brain surgeon. And I'm like, a brain surgeon? Like, like, you're a brain surgeon? What are
Oh,
you
yeah,
doing
right,
here,
right,
man? Like, how did you get into the smoke shop show? You know, like, what part of the industry are you? Do you got like a side? Did you invest in a shop or something?
Right.
He's like, to be honest with you, I just seen a bunch of really beautiful ladies standing around, so I decided that this was the party to go to. So I got in line.
Right, he's following the models, bro. He's following the consumer models around. Well, that's why they're there for, right?
Hey, I'm just like, well, cool, man. It's nice to meet you. Have a good one. Enjoy yourself, buddy.
You should have been like, hey, you want to get high? You know?
Right. Oh man, it's great.
Oh, that's freaking
You know, one of my
awesome.
favorite things too, like I got this right here. If you guys check this out, Project 33.
Project 33.
Because the glass games, that's what I'm excited. The glass games and everything has been kind of on the back burner for a while, and that's where they actually end up producing these super awesome coins
Okay.
that's made out of glass. And this is actually something that's local here in Oregon.
That's cool.
They're creating their own currency out of glass.
Right.
And if you think this is something super simple, you can follow them. Check out Project 33. And it's huge, man. I mean, there's so many famous glass workers that go into making this individual coin.
No, I got you.
And it's just crazy
Huh.
how much work that goes into this. Like, at first I was thinking, oh, well, that's something China knock off. There's no way China's knocking this off. I mean, it is amazing.
Oh, this looks really intricate.
And I love what it says on it. So it says around it, they always have a saying. So it says, begin with those who are ready to begin. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, that means don't live in the past or you're going to trip over your future, bro.
Exactly.
That's
And,
basically in a nutshell.
probably can't see that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing some of my favorite glass blowers and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a good time. But that's some of my, stories on trade shows. So.
Dang, guys, sorry we stoned as hell. Yeah, look at
Right.
2 episodes in one day we coming at you. Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Got me feeling all right, Willie.
All right.
Laid back now.
But this is Sorry Stone. You guys have a
Yeah,
good one.
you have a good one. And
Like,
we'll catch you later.
Subscribe. And remember, you can win
Oh,
something
hey, there's something here.
in
Oh, yeah,
this
guess.
video.
You're about to guess what it is.
Just put it in
Like,
the comments.
subscribe.
Share with a friend.
Yes, share
so
with
they
your
can win.
friends.
Because if you win, then maybe you win too. If
Yeah,
they
hey, you
share,
never
right?
know. Because we even need to say what the guidelines are yet. It might be how many shares you share, so who knows. Stay
Right.
tuned. Peace.